Let's go. And we're live! Chad, this is so Yeah, you can refresh. Yeah, refreshing typically works. Alright, I'm gonna end the call then. There is. There's always a delay. See ya. Alrighty. We're just gonna continue into our Minecraft world. I know I said I was gonna play some, or try to play some offline. But then my body decided to not. But we still, I think I have an idea of what we can do with that little bottom area of our house. Since the first iteration didn't work well, I think the fourth iteration should work well to try to add a honeycomb into the house. That is, if it does actually work. Yeah, she is a bee. I'm just gonna get into the world real quick, and then we're gonna... I almost clicked play new world, and it would have been horrible. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna curse me and my diagonal playing. First of all, music. Second of all, let's switch the scene. There we go. Give it a minute for it to understand that Minecraft is not dead. Here we go. We still need names for these guys. I just realized I've never named them. They just sit here like decoration. They just sit there like decoration. Okay. So. First of all, we still need to, like, heavily terraform this. But I don't want to fall off the edge. I have ideas. So, like, there's just a really big open area. So as soon as we terraform it, it's going to be, like, really noticeable. So I was thinking, what if we'd, like, do the honeycomb structure here, since we'd have better luck with it. Because this is, like, one inwards of the house, therefore it's odd, so it'd work. At least I think so. Like, it should work, is what I'm saying. I was like, can I just say how much I love it / hate fandoms? I was on a call with a person, a good friend of mine, and all of a sudden I kind of got onto the topic of fanfics, because, you know, my ADHD just be like burr. So, my ADHD just really went burr that time, so... Okay, so we gotta... I think we gotta get rid of the stone, too. I mean, hey, luckily for me, though, this gives me, like, a smack ton of resources. How else, pray tell, am I going to acquire several mounds of dirt? Okay, I think that should be good. I think I'm gonna replace the stone here with dirt too, though, but I just wanna... I don't know, I think I kind of want to try doing a hexagon shape. It's kind of hard to do it in Minecraft, though, because there's like 15 different tutorials on how to do that, and not one of them tell you how to make it an entryway. Should we just clear this entire area first, and then we just terraform it how we want it? Oh, it's gonna take a lot of work, though. But it'd be better than me, like, trying to section things off. You know, I'm just gonna go for however far back I want it to be terraformed to. Where's the sun? Where'd the sun go? Hold up, is it over? Oh, no, I found the sun. I found it. Actually, let's go here-ish. then we'll just clear it. Well, then, no, because then if I clear it to here, then it's just gonna have other issues. This is our terraforming stop. So the moment we get here, we don't dig anymore. Also, a friend of mine sent me a picture of a bee in like in a field of flowers not too long ago. And it was just like, look who I found. I feel like I need to make more jokes like that. Like every time I see a bee, I go, no, my sister! Why is that? Okay. Hold up. Oh no, it's in the junk chest all the way in the corner. There we go. If anybody needs any mangrove fruits anytime soon. I don't know what we're gonna use those for, I'm gonna be honest. Just wasn't yeah, no, that was you. You sent me John Pork. I did not need to know that he existed. You know those, like, meme videos where it's, like, John Pork, or, like, where, like, so-and-so isn't real, they can't hurt you, meanwhile so-and-so, and then send, like, a picture, and it's, like, fucking terrifying looking. That's what happened there. You don't have to be terrified of John Pork, he can't hurt you, meanwhile John Pork. Okay. And then we also need to, like, shove this far back. So, okay. We got a lot of dirt to clear. I think just actually doing that might help a lot. Because then I at least know, like, when to stop and then when to, like, also base it off of. Because I don't want to remake an entire mountain myself. Also, I'm still struggling on how to figure out to do mods. There's like stuff I want to do, but I can't do because it requires a mod. Like, Origins is something I really want to do at some point. Ooh, actually, yeah, I like that. Ooh, I like that part. Okay, we're keeping that part. So, I've already asked Finn, and then I also don't really want to bother him because I haven't really talked in, like, a hot minute. I have not touched that server, I'm gonna be honest. I have not touched that server in so long. I feel like it'd be nice to go back to it, you know, nostalgia. But, I don't know, there's just so much lore now, and, like, I was kind of, like, in a few-month funk. Because my brain just decided to not function anymore. Or no, it did decide to function. It just decided not to function in a way that it liked me. So. I don't know. I haven't even talked to them, I'm going to be honest. Alright, let's remove all this stone and then we can replace most of this with dirt. I almost did that with a shovel. Yeah, because, like, there's stuff I want to do, like Origins and, like, the Pixelmon thing that someone, requested a while back. I refuse to go back to that server. No, you're not gonna, no. It's not the fact that you're never gonna be able to finish the Peach Castle. It's the fact that you did attempt to do the Peach Castle, but you failed so often that you don't want to touch it anymore. I mean, I gave you the amount of materials needed, so really it's just a you problem at this rate. It's not my fault that you did 5 different calculations and were still wrong. That's why I don't math when I build. I just build. Hold on, I gotta go up to my stash of, My stash of pickaxes. I want to terraform before I build anything under there, because I feel like if I build something, then I'm going to try to terraform around it, and then the terraforming's not going to turn out well. Where's my... Where the fuck did I put... There we go. About to say, where the hell did I put my pickaxes at? I'm aware I suck, Lamau. Get to know you're aware of it. Okay. Do I go through that line, though? No, I'm gonna stop at that line. Because that can be, like, a basis. I think I do want to put lanterns down here. So, luckily, I know how to make those now. Apparently, all it takes is just a torch and, like, iron ingots. I didn't know that. I've been playing Minecraft for how long, and I didn't know that you could craft lantern. No, I knew you could craft them. I just didn't know what the crafting recipe was, and I was too lazy to learn it. Because half the time, the crafting recipes, like, make no sense. At all. Anyways, what are some other things I want to do? I do want to do an Origins mod, because I feel like it'd be kind of funny if I actually am a bee, or if I want to go with my alter ego as a fox. Two things I like to be associated by, bees and foxes, because bees are very hardworking, and, that, like, nobody wants to mess with them. And foxes, they're a natural predator, and they're extremely sneaky. But they can still, give you the... But, you know, they can still give you, like, some serotonin if you look hard enough. Fox bee. Oh, that'd actually be a cool... Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Oh, that could be, like, a... That could be a cool name, actually. Fox bee. Actually, wait, hold on. Is that, like, an actual name? Hold up, now you got me, hold on, now you got me curious. Hold on. I gotta clear out my 500 tabs. There you go. YouTube. Is there a YouTuber actually called Foxbee? Oh yeah, there is one. There's a YouTuber, there's an animation YouTuber called Foxbee. Good to know that you're good at name ideas. The only problem is that the name idea is already taken. Sadly. I would have loved to be Foxbee, though. I think Foxbee's a cool name. And also it'd be like a really cool character trait. Like, especially with the whole background of my character being like a scientific lab. So they could have like so I could probably put that into character lore and where like I'm part fox. I'd have to change a few things about like my skin and probably the PNG, but it would work. Okay, where do I want to stop with this one? Because my sad attempt of a circle. You could also do like Vixby because Vixen is another word for Vox. I could. Hold on. Is that one taken? See, the thing with the names is that the names are good. It's just the fact of like I'm not I don't want to like take someone else's name, you know? Nope, there's two different Vixbies. There's Vixby Topic and Vixby. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. Anyways. I was thinking also maybe something with like a kitsune. You know, like the terror guys. The legend foxes or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Where it's like, stories basically go and we're like, if a fox lives long enough, then they can grow tails and and then they basically harass people. But it'd be pretty cool. Is this straightish? Straightish. Straighter than I am, at least. Like Ninetales. Yeah. Like the Pokemon Ninetales. That's what they're based off of. Except Ninetales' backstory is that there's like people trapped in its tails or whatever. Like a bunch of witches and sorcerers got like stuck in the body of a Ninetales, and then they're now forced to like basically live together for all of eternity due to the fact that they were looking for immortality. And they found it in Ninetales, but they're all kind of like stuck together. Actual foxes are a yokai in where they will act in where it's basically night. Let me sleep. It's either they lived long enough, or either that kitsune are like spirits, like twisted spirits that like to mess with humans for fun. There's a story about like one extremely beautiful kitsune who went to rule like I think like 7 different countries. And when she had gotten caught as a kitsune, she wouldn't kill them. She would just run away to be another person's vesune. Oh. Actually really creative. One sec. Next cool. Huh. I don't... There's a dog? Oh, yeah. No, there isn't. I think it works. I think it would work. But there's, like, also, like, similar sounding channels. Which is my only issue with that. There's like similar sounding channels and some content that doesn't look very like my style. I do like the name though. Maybe something like based off that would be cool. And I need to go get another shovel. Viscune is definitely like a really cool one. I feel like it's also like a good mix of like my what's it called? My hyperfixations, because I did have a hyperfixation on Greek mythology and I always love learning about yokai and stuff. Ah yes, the temporary junk drawer. Shovel. Let's get rid of some piles of dirt. I think I'd like something similar. I think the only problem with it is that like the content on YouTube is kind of like whack on it. Ah, damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to craft some more then. Does that make sense? Am I making sense right now? Perfect. Shuvel. Also, changing the name I don't think is gonna be 100% confirmed yet, because some people already know me by this name, and sure, is it original? No, but it's something cool, and I like it. But yeah, I think it just heavily depends on, like, what is it gonna depend on? It sort of depends more on, the... Enough sense as you typically make, not much, /J. Oh. I mean, no, like, I like the idea of mixing the two languages, or, mixing languages for it. And, I definitely want, something with maybe Kitsune, but the reason for why I don't want that name specifically is because when you search it up, you get a lot of, like, foreign languages sort of channels. Because apparently it's pretty close to, like, a famous person's name or something. It's kind of something similar with, like, if you Google, like, my real name, you get, like, a bunch of, like, breakup songs and stuff, which is why I didn't want to put it into my YouTube channel. Does that make a bit more sense? Oh no, I'm already starting to terraform. I don't know, but, I'd probably have to ask first. I feel like it'd be impolite just to change the name without asking whether or not the community would want it. What about something simple like Kirakatsu? Kira means sparkle, Kitsu from Kitsune. I can search that up. There is one channel that pops up with that, where one person's called Kira Kitsune, and then another person where it's called Kira Akitsu. I always get scared when the organ music comes on, because I'm just like, what's going on? Okay, hold up. I don't need to go this far. Ooh, iron! I'm mining this place out anyways. I think I'll probably brainstorm it later, too. I gotta take my dog out for a walk today, so... Thought that was a, wandering trader for a second there. See, I think the problem with this one is that I'm not making it straight. Making it, like, diagonal almost. So I'm gonna have to, like, clear the area that I want, and then I'm gonna have to reinstate it. I think let's just stop it here. Because I like how the top is right now. Which means I'm putting all of that dirt back over there. Okay. Well, no, I also need it to be slightly spaced out more too, so... Let's clear it up, though. Okay, you know what? No, we're just gonna stop production here. That's what I'm gonna do. Last suggestion, nectar plus sweet suffix. Oh, hold on, I clicked the wrong button. Someone has that name, and they have 252 subscribers, and there's another person with that name that has 92 subscribers. Oh, there's like a lot of people with that name, apparently. It's a good suggestion, though. Again, I just don't... I just think StreamerB just works well, because it's justifiable. I could just add streamer in front of it, but then I feel like it's just kind of disrespectful to do that. That's like someone doing like Mr. Beast and calling their channel their own. Even if they don't do the same thing as Mr. Beast does, it's still just, I don't know, irks, I suppose. No. I'll probably keep those ideas in mind, though. Definitely. Yeah, but if I can add, like, fox, like, anything with foxes into my name, I think I'd be pretty happy. I feel like I'm gonna have to actually keep this little section here as a corner. Oh, I need some dirt. Mr. Streamer. If someone did that, I think I'd actually be pissed, because bees are all worker bees are female, and the males are the lazy ones, and all they do is literally just fly around in a swarm. Like super, oh my god, I grabbed the wrong block! Like, they swarm, and the only thing that they do is just inseminate the queen. That's it. That's their literally their one thing in life that they do. I think I'd be like a weird mix of like insulted yet flattered. If that makes sense. Because, it means I got popular enough that people want to copy me. But, you know, they still copied me and they just made it a cheap ripoff. Strong, independent worker bees. Yep. We be strong, independent ladies. Oh, I was almost there. Perfect. Alright, well that's a lot of dirt I gotta clear out. Yay. Let's just clear it out to this level for now. I'm being honest, I don't want to spend a whole other stream just digging. But yeah, like, yokai are actually pretty interesting. There's the kitsune, there's the... Oh, what's that one called? It's like the fire cat. There's also, the reason why Japan has so much, like, cat girl culture. So, I mean, there's that one too. If you want the story about that, I'll happily tell you. But... okay, I think we're gonna keep it like that. Greek mythology is kind of interesting too. There's a lot of like weird stuff in there. You know, mine is Zeus basically populating like half of ancient Greece. Actually, I kind of like that little effect. I like that a lot. I had to make a character for creative writing classes, Japanese ice cream thief called Fro Yokai. Yokai don't really work like that, or no. That's not really how they're called. You don't like say kitsune yokai, you just say kitsune. Kind of similar in how like you just don't call someone like of authority like just their name. Cause yokai were thought to be like spirits or yokai were typically perceived as spirits and like bad omens and stuff, so they never wanted to disrespect them, so they never called them like so they never really, so they said the stories of the yokai, but they never like put yokai as a suffix. If that makes sense. So it wouldn't be Fro Yokai, it would just be a yokai named Fro. Also, it's supposed to be like Fro as in like Froyo. The name is a mix of Froyo and yokai. Okay, yeah. So you would typically just use, I feel like you could also just use the Japanese name for Froyo. I feel like that would work for your purposes just as well. But it is a that is an interesting story, like plot, if it's a Froyo themed yokai. Oop, That doesn't count as the froth counter. Is that more iron? Delicious. Okay. Okay, I think we got it to where... Okay, yeah. If I can clear all of this stone, I should be good now. Okay, let's start from... here. Oop. Okay, I just actually needed to be one more down. I think, a good yokai to make a insert for would definitely be probably cat-based, actually. Because cats were always seen as like a horrible omen to Japanese people. If your cat got too old, it turned into a yokai and kill you. If your cat slept next to a fire, it would turn into a yokai and kill you. If you mistreated your cat, it'll turn into a yokai and kill you. If you get rid of your cat before it gets too old, but when it gets old, it would also kill you. Delicious irons, bro. What are you? Are you a furnace? Yeah. But you know, iron's like super tasty. Have you not seen those people who eat iron to get gains? I wish to have gains. There's a zombie nearby and I don't know where it is. Oh, wait, is it spawning? Oh, it's spawning. Oh no. Wait, hold on, why am I running? I got a bed next to me in case it gets too dark too soon. Can't wait to start making a staircase later. Let me sleep. Okay. But yeah. If you really want to do a yokai-based storytelling, you could always make it cat-based. Because literally no matter how you make it, like how messed up or like how wholesome you make the character, it's still gonna somewhat follow Japanese lore when it comes to actual cats. I am not joking you. Okay, hold up. Let me just clear this little chunk area first. The story behind, like, Cat Girls is actually pretty funny. The story basically goes that, drunk guys would, see, girls, or, like, people with a woman-like figure, like, hunched over in the corner. So then they just kind of assumed that they were cats. But the real reason was because courtesans, weren't allowed to eat on the job. And And so what they would do is that they would wait for their for the person who hired them to go to sleep, and then they would just start eating then. So then when they would wake up, they're in the magazine. I wouldn't call myself a Japan consultant. I just know a lot about the yokai and the folklore and stuff. But hell yeah, if you ever need like a yokai based thing in the future, let me know. But anyways, back to the story. They, so that's how cat girls started getting, like, really big into Japanese culture, because apparently some of the guys had, like, a weird, they liked it or something. There's a zombie nearby here, and I wish to know where. It's coming from this way. The fuck? No, you know what? The world's just messing with me. Yeah. I wouldn't call myself an expert either. I just know a lot about it. I know a lot about American folklore, too. There's a lot of fun folklore around the world. There's, well, Greek myths, which is basically just Greek folklore. There's the Norse gods. Those are pretty funny because that's what Marvel decided to base like their biggest heroes on. Meanwhile, they're like, meanwhile the entire personality of them is basically just frat boys. I'm not even joking about that either. Like, they got into some random shenanigans. I can hear it breathing. But yeah, like, the Norse gods were primarily known for getting drunk. Like, that's their best known trait, just getting severely drunk. There's literally one myth in where they were having a party at someone's house or something, or someone's like domain, and but they didn't have enough alcohol, so they went to go to this other dude's dad's place, and it was like, can you like give us your alcohol thing, or like the biggest bowl you got? And he was like, okay, but you gotta face my challenges. And they were like, you know what? Fair enough. And, they faced him, and apparently the thing is canonically, and apparently, like, the jug is, like, is about, like, the size of, like, the ocean or something? I forgot. But, yeah, there's also one in where... There's also a myth with the Norse gods in where, Thor got, like, thoroughly tricked. I find that one really funny. Basically, that one goes, Thor gets invited to go to this one dude's, like, place. But like, throughout the way, Thor's facing these very odd coincidences. And, you know, he's not exactly happy about them because he keeps losing. So, But like, because at one point he has to go to a mountain, but then he gets so pissed off that he shoots some electricity at the mountain because there's this giant that's pissing him off. And then later on, when he finally gets there, the dude gives him like this goat's horn to drink. But no matter how much Thor drunk, he didn't even manage to make a dent. And so then. But then after a while, he managed to make like a slight indent because he was so committed to getting drunk that he wasn't gonna give up, and he lowered it by a little bit, just a smidgen. But then when he leaves, the dude who invited him said for him to never come back. Because, surprise, surprise, the giant that he almost killed earlier was the guy who invited him. He just wanted to play a little prank. And the alcohol, the alcohol that he was given was actually, the ocean. And he managed to basically drink the sea level down. And then after that, Thor killed him. Because he got mad. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Thor's like such a cool person. No, he's not. He once dressed up as a bride to a wedding. Fully committed to the bit of the wedding. Just for spite. And also to get his hammer back. There's a lot of weird stuff when it comes to, like, myths and folklore and stuff. Because in African folklore, there's this, like, spider-like being. I think his name is, like, Anansi or something. But he's basically a god, but he's kind of like the underdog kind of god. Where he doesn't really, like, do, like, super godly things, but he does, like, but he's responsible for some things. And one of the stories is basically where he gets bored and therefore proceeds to go to a different god. And is like, hey, I'm bored. Can you, like, release some stories so I'm entertained? And he's like, no. And he's like, well, what is it gonna take? And then he goes, give me these 3 highly dangerous animals, and then I'll get you, and then I'll give you the stories. And he's like, okay, bet, and he did it. And then that's how he became the god of stories. Do you ever, like, look back on, like, old YouTubers you used to watch, and then you kind of get, like, slightly disappointed when you see the content that they're putting out now versus what they used to? I've had that moment so many times now, and where I'm just kind of jaded to it. I'm like, oh yeah, forgot they got arrested. You know, and where, like, the reality just decided that your childhood shouldn't just exist. It has to ruin it. Ah, dang it. Stick. Perfect. One singular shovel. Ugh, my jaw hurts. Why did I do that? I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff going on, and, oh, my door was wide open. Okay. Good to know, I suppose. Ah! counts. That counts. $15. No, but I really want to figure out how to like add mods and like make servers and stuff in Minecraft. I think that's something I really want to do. I think it'd be fun. Man, I'm about to have stone for years. At least I think so. I think it'd be pretty fun to be able to do mods and stuff. I think the only problem is 1, getting a good mod, and then 2, actually installing it. And then 3, me not forgetting to, like, you know, go on that server. Because, like, there's a way you can make a server that holds a lot more people without using realms. That's what Brayden did for his server. See, guys, this is what the media says when it says to stop deforestation. They meant the Minecraft players. Because there's like a lot of YouTubers that I know quit while I was still watching them. Which kind of made me a little bit upset because like they were really fun and they were YouTubers that didn't really have any controversies. There was this one and where they did like Minecraft roleplays and it was super funny because they would use FNAF animatronics as like their character skins and like as their names. So like if someone had the had a Foxy skin, they would be referred to as whatever Foxy they were. It was really funny because like they didn't, instead of like making all of the Freddies really really smart, they made some of them like super super stupid. But yeah, like it's alright. I think now is probably a good time to start terraforming, I suppose. I can hear it though. It's like super weird because I can hear a zombie, but I don't see a zombie. So is there like a mob spawner or something nearby? 'Cause if that's the case, I'm terrified. Okay. Okay, hold up. I'm pausing the music so I can listen better. 1 second. Hold up. I'm gonna need food if I'm about to find somebody. It's here. I'm finding the source of this. Yeah, I think there's a spawner or something. Okay, you know what? It's nowhere close to where I'm trying to build, so that's good enough for me. There you go. guess I'm more of like the myth expert. I feel like that'd be the best way to call it. The myth expert, because I don't really specialize in one specific like world's myth. Because just like the Aztecs too, they're pretty well known for their very explicit murders and stuff when it came to like their religion. I fell again. Oh, wonderful, it's raining. See, the weird thing is that, like, it rains on this side, but then it snows on the other. Alright, let's start making this look somewhat natural now. It's either that or we just, you know, give up and give up here. Actually, I think we could probably start doing this side. Yeah, let's start doing this side instead. Okay, so let's... Okay, I don't want to go too far, so I should actually just stop it here-ish. Okay. No. Alright, let's bring the music back. Yeah. See, I just don't like working in the rain because that's when like mobs and stuff can spawn too. There you go. I don't know, I've been told I have a very, I don't know, I've been told a lot of things about like my voice specifically. I've been told that it's very therapeutic. I've been told that it's very annoying. I've been told, to shut up a lot. I've been told I talk too much too. It's always a fun one to learn. Then again, what are you gonna do? You don't know where I live. You don't know where I live. For all you know, I could be in Canada. Probably not. I don't think I'd be able to handle being Canadian. Oh, don't you know? I'll be happy with my Midwestern accent. Here we go. Actually, that's... Ooh. Yes. Okay, this is starting to look pretty good. Pretty good. Let's just extend these out a bit more. There we go. Now it has to be there to there. Oh, that's nighttime. I might know. Slash J. You might know that you tell me to shut up or that I'm annoying. You weren't exactly specific on it, so I'm just wondering what you meant. There you go. There you go. I think that looks pretty natural, actually. Maybe not, like, super well, but... I think this goes out a bit too much. Okay, let's add some bits here, then. Because this is just a flat wall for now. No, 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 no. Ah, okay. I don't know, I think something I'd like to do is, maybe podfic. I think that'd be a fun thing to do, like in an alt channel or whatever. Like podfic. There's plenty of fics out there in the world, and I just feel like there's not enough podfickers. I feel like it's just too stiff here, so I gotta... Let's make this have like a one back sort of thing. Then we're gonna work with that. Or either that or like reading. That way I can at least get like my reading comprehension a bit better. This part looks natural, then this part doesn't. We literally collabed on a singing video. What in the world would I get on your... You're right, you're right. I know, I think it's just probably just me doing that, like, thing that people have when they're... Ooh, yes! Okay, that looks natural enough. Sorry, I got excited. Kind of that thing, you know, where, like, you listen to your voice once, like, in a recording, and you just go never again. You know? I think I'd also like to collab some other time, too. I think, doing some music would probably be pretty fun. I feel like this is just a bit long. There you go. A bit short. There we go. there's a lot of things I would like to do, but then there's also like the, you know, it's kind of like the expectation v reality sort of stuff. Okay. I just find if this part doesn't look too natural. That bottom part really took me a minute. Okay, let's turn this to dirt. That way I got more of a basis. Oh my, is that coal? Ooh, I'd love to help with both. Those are both fandoms I'm in, so I'm down. Man, that's a hard base. Oh, hold on. Think. Yeah. No, it's supposed to be like that. So then why is this like this? There we go. It's gonna get fixed up in a bit, but I feel like this part could go. This part can go and it can still look somewhat natural. I mean, yeah, like I'm down. Alright, let's try to terraform this bit now. Because right now, all we have is a giant gaping area. Just don't get me wrong, looks pretty cool, but we can't keep it like this. Okay, so let's plan this one out too, roughly. Okay. There we go. Okay. Did not know you were in the Bendy fandom, Luma. I remember. Yeah. I'm in the fandom, but I'm not really like a hardcore member, you know? Like I'm not super updated. Like whatever like info comes to me just comes to me. I don't usually like go looking for it. And I'm not like one of the first to get the new stuff from Bendy. Actually, I have a really weird story when it comes to that. When we were moving, my mom found this Bendy doll in my not in my room, in the basement. And my brother doesn't do anything with Bendy, nor does he make stuff like that. But I do, so she was like, oh, is this yours? And I go, no, I've never seen that before. But then, so we put it in a trash bag, because we were like, well, where the hell did this come from? And then, I was waiting next to the door, before we threw out the trash, and I swear I heard, like, the trash can moving. But now I'm pretty heavily into the fandom, so... Or, not heavily, but I'm, like, in the fandom now. I understand that you're joking, though. Then again, there's, like, so much to keep up on. I feel like I have like 3 fandoms, and we're, like, you have to keep up with constant information with, otherwise you're out of the loop. So I just feel like it's kind of impossible for me to, like, prioritize all 3 fandoms in the way that I wish. In the way that I like to. I almost fell again. You know? Like, I can, my brain can only handle so much, lore about one thing. Cause, like, there's the FNAF, then there's, My Hero, then there's, and then there's the Bendy. Then there's Pokemon, which, if you really wanna, which means that, like, you know, lots of stuff going on there. Your rite of passage and listen to... Yes! Oh my gosh, yes. I actually have that in one of my main playlists. I have a whole Bendy song playlist. So I think my initiation has long been overdue. If that's the case. So yes, I have completed the rite of passage. I think, I've been spending too much time on AO3, though. I'm definitely gonna say that I've spent a little too much time on AO3. It's like where most of my free time goes to now. Not sad, but it's kind of like pathetic. That kind of goes into, like, the podfic things. Like, I could definitely write my own stuff and podfic it if I really wanted to. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's Bendy fanfics out there, too. If you really want to go looking for them. I kind of prefer the comics, though. Like, for non-canon stuff. When it comes to Bendy, I prefer, like, the comic stuff. I feel like it's just better in comic form because it's like, ooh, it's Bendy, but he's in like his like main element, I suppose, is the best way to put that. Bendy and the Ink Machine or Bendy and the Dark Revival. I think Ooh, that's actually a tough one. They're both very good designs, I will say that. I think best design would probably have to go with, the original. I feel like the newer one probably would have gotten my vote if it would have been more imaginative, I suppose. That and also the like the silence for so long. That's the problem, right? You can have like a sick sort of thing that happens, or like a sick sort of idea, but the problem is that if you go AWOL for too long, then you lose most of that progress. Like, you lose all the hype because the people are like, oh, okay, it's done. And then you come back like a while later and it's like, no, it's not. And then you're like, thought it was. Okay, then. Whatever, though. I'm not gonna read it, though, because now I'm no longer invested. You know? Okay, this part looks heavily natural. Not that, but this. We can change that later. Now it's just this part we need to work on. That is too square. You must remove. There you go. Why do I feel like I've angered you? Either that, you're just typing out a really lengthy explanation response. Okay. Does that look natural though? Over here it doesn't. This one remove. Okay. Well, it's just kind of like overly blocky here though, that's the problem. So I think we gotta, you know, because it's too straight. It's too straight, that's my problem here. Like, it can have some straight parts, then the problem is that it can't be too straight. I think works in canon because the cycle ink demon mutates after it resets, but I agree it doesn't look anything remotely or close to that anymore. It's more demon-like. Yeah. Because, like, again, like, I feel like it probably would have gotten into my heart if it just would have come out a little bit sooner. If, like, the whole, like, Bendy, like, if the creators of Bendy didn't go AWOL for so long, and then, like, the hype got lost. Because, like, at first people were like, oh my gosh, it's this cool game, Bendy, you gotta play it. And then, like, after the game ended, they were like, okay, that's the whole story, right? And then the freaking creators came out, like, a while later and was like, haha, you thought. Bro, name one time you've ever been angry or upset with me. You were just quiet for a really long time, so I was like, there's one of two options. And also, just because you haven't been angry with me before doesn't mean you can't now. Everyone has the right to be angry. Whether it's deserved or not, you still have the right to be angry about something. Ah, damn. Okay. Okay. Let me get one of my 30 pickaxes. It's just not like you to be so quiet, is basically what I'm saying. Like, kinda weird, man. Shtick. shovel. Create. Perfect. Not perfect, but it's a thing. Gee, is it turning night? It's turning night. I guess we can clear out some of this inventory then. Snowball, 3 coal, and we're keeping all the dirt. Okay. I mean, aren't you kind of already a potato? You're kind of a potato. Okay, we just need to make this part more natural. So I think what we could do actually is remove this. Let's turn this to dirt real quick though. It wasn't fat phobic, but okay. Like a couch potato. I'm a couch potato. You are, yeah. You cannot escape. You are floofy and thou shalt not resist. Am I gonna see this later when I cover it all up with dirt? No. No, I'm not. Am I gonna do all this anyways because I'm extra? Yes. Yes, I am. I cannot escape the floof nor being called floof. Exactly. Your resistance was met with a negative. I'm just changing this to dirt for now until we can get something better to do with it. I spent almost an hour, a little over an hour, talking about yokai, random myths, and Bendy apparently. Nice to know this is where my life is going to. I am an ankle biter. I'm also a shin kicker, so watch out. I may be small, but I have a very powerful kick. And I will kick your shins into next year. Thou will feel my wrath. Thou will feel my wrath. Cover the mistakes, cover the mistakes, cover the mistakes. You love this life, don't lie. No, I hate it. I hate being so short. It's so annoying. A friend of mine actually tried using, like, actually did that thing that like tall people do to short people, where they put like their armrest on them, and because he was testing out to see who makes a good armrest. I hate this life. Yeah, I don't like my head being used as a rest stop. Okay. I missed a spot. I do not. I resent that statement. How dare you use my own words against me? I am not comp. I am now anger. Because you called me that. You cannot escape being called floof, but I could escape being called comp. There's nothing comp about me. I got nothing to comp with. God, this is so natural. For a second, I forgot that I was doing this part. I'm gonna need a lot more dirt. Give me the dirt. All the dirt. There we go. Dirt. I don't know how I'm comped, though. I don't really do much. Like, I don't really have anything about me that would scream comp. There you go. See, just about little cliff sides. Your blue and white jacket and your hair. That's sweet. But I don't know. I don't see myself as comp, I suppose. Oh wait, actually. Do this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Kind of helps the wall not look super, like, flat over there in the corner, I suppose. Gonna have to... I don't know why, though. I can agree, okay? I can... Maybe some aspects. Like my jacket. My jacket is comf. Not me, though. Like, not my body. I'm not comf. Yet, I don't understand why people keep falling asleep on me. My sister said I was comf once, and I took it as an insult. Like, she laid on my stomach and was like, you know, you're very comfy. And I was like, no. No, I'm not. Pick out a compliment before I call you short again, Lamel. How dare you? You have angered me. That's it. You're not having shins tomorrow. Moment I see you tomorrow. Moment I see you tomorrow. Your shins will be mine. Your shins will be my property after this. If I have no shins, I'll still be taller than you. No, you won't. You know, I'm gonna get that, what's that, like, super experimental, highly dangerous surgery? I'll do that. I'll do that one. And I'd like to see you try to fight me. Talking about the one where, like, they break your bones. That one. I'm gonna do that one. There you go. Kind of like it. It kind of looks like a wasp nest. Okay. I think that looks pretty natural. I think all I'm gonna do now is just wait for most of the grass to grow in. Then we should have a pretty good natural sort of stuff. Okay, I like both of the sides. I think we did a pretty good job here. Just feel like there's something missing. I'm gonna make this pathway a bit wider, I think. I have tried to fight you. You hit hard and it hurts. Yes. I am scary. Fear me. That's the most like non-threatening threat I think I've ever said. It's not the equivalent of a little kid and a kawaii girl with an uwu voice. Okay. I like this. I think I did a pretty damn good job. I'm proud of myself. Now it's time to do this. And oh boy, this is gonna be a doozy. So I'm trying to just push this back a bit. But the problem is that this is all snow. So I'd have to make a lot of snow blocks. I say let's maybe no, let's level it out a bit first. Let's go until let's go past this tree. Also means I'm cutting this one down too. I'm very threatening. I can be very threatening when I want to be, I think. Actually, a friend of mine gave me the best compliment. He said that I'd make a good villain. I think that's like the best compliment you can give someone. In my opinion. I understand there's like people out there that's like, how dare you call me a scoundrel, a man who could only do nothing but harm. I'm over here like, you think I'm terrifying enough that I'm scared that I could possibly take over the world. Thank you. According to my uncle, I have a very strong punch. I punch a lot. I'm a good puncher. I don't understand why people don't like being called a villain. Like, it at least tells you that, like, you're scary enough that somebody wouldn't want you on the other side. Thank you. See, I take being called a villain as a compliment, because that means you find me terrifying enough that you think I'd actually be able to pull it off long term to the point where I could be labeled as one. You know, everyone else is like, oh wow, you're calling me a horrible character, and you're like, dude, he finds you scary. Take it as a fucking compliment. It means that he's scared of you. Fear equals respect. If people are afraid of you, they also like slightly respect you as well. What does AFD stand for? What does that mean? Yeah, that's also true. I think it just depends on like what kind of villain though, because you can get a villain that... Holy smokes, that's a lot of iron. Free iron. Four iron, not bad. Oh, AF, okay. I love how I'm just casually leveling a mountain. That's what I love about Minecraft. You can just casually do stuff that, like, most people would dream of. I'm just over here casually de-shoveling a mountain because I don't like how it looks. Because I built my house too close to it. Like, think about it. I am de-shoveling a mountain because I did not like how it looked because I built next to it. And my building looked bad. Imagine if someone did this in real life. Built a house like right next to like a hill or something and then just flattened the hill and then rebuilt it because they didn't like the way that the hill looked originally when they built the house. I think we can also finally get like a farm or something going too at some point. I think that'd be a cool thing to get. Or a kind of like a needed thing to get almost. So that way we don't have to deal with like running out of food as often as I usually do. Although my issue with farms is that every time I make one, I always forget about them or like I'm very impatient. heard of the character like Chicken Nugget? Basically, they're like a little character that someone has, and they are like the god of chaos or something, like a chaos deity, and their whole like spiel is that they're supposed to like start Armageddon. But then Chicken ended up having like a lot of good friends, so then they stopped it through the power of friendship and love. But now there's like new lore with it, because now this dude who's like a research specialist or whatever, called Onion Ring, he's like, I need to see Armageddon. I'm like, dude, why do you want to see the world getting destroyed? I want it to burn. So now he's trying to, like, get Chicken to essentially commit mass homicide. Okay. Well, that's the section cleared. It's a pretty fun series. They also have like a bunch of like little one-off things where the characters are just kind of doing things that you can get that like their personality traits kind of pertain to. Like, you get to see Slushy doing a whole lot of cosplay things. You see Chicken Nugget just kind of doing, just kind of hanging out with T. You see Cheeseburger with Coffee, and you see Sody Pop being an absolute menace to society. And you know what? We're all here for it. That's a juicy vein. Let's go. There's actually a point where we met Sody Pop's mom, and Ice Cream went and did the one thing that you never should do and when you meet someone's mom. When Sody Pop's mom left, he just goes, "Your mom's hot." Then again, he's a demon, so I guess it makes sense. I highly recommend you watch it. It's a 10 out of 10 series. I'm definitely taking my dog out on a walk today, though, so I'm going to be ending the stream at the usual time. I promised my mom I'd take her on a walk today. I just never said it was going to be while the sun is still out. Besides, I like night walks better. They're always, like, more calm because there's no one outside. Am I weird for that? Because, like, my mom says that's a bit weird to do. It's like a weird thing to do. I don't think I am. There we go. I guess we could just start the terraforming process now. See, the problem with this one is that it's just not going to look natural with just this, so we have to actually wait for it to snow as well. How far back do I want this? I kind of want it to be like a... I made this slightly uneven. Two, three. And then there you go. Kind of like that, and then we're gonna push that all up there. Where's the sun? Okay, it's over there. I think I like terraforming more than I like actually building. It's like something slightly therapeutic about it. Sorry, just checking the time. Oh, there's also Class of '09. I just remembered that. Class of '09's a pretty cool, thing. Pretty funny, too. I barely made a dent in my dirt stash. Guess I should tell you how much I'm like really removing from the scene, I suppose. Okay. We got about 2 minutes left on stream. So I guess say what you want to say now, or else forever hold your peace. Until next time. Which isn't till Friday, so... Okay. And that's going to be the end for this stream. I think we're doing pretty good when it comes to the terraforming bit so far. But this is where I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy listening to me ramble about random crap for about 2 hours, feel free to subscribe. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a beautiful night, day,